So we were discussing about, yes, we were reading from here. The Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's words explaining the reason for Gaurachandra's appearance here. So this will come in our discussion today. Yeah, and going to our main discussion, that's Chaitanya, Charitamrita. We'll continue from the last time. And just want to recite these beautiful prayers of Gauranga. Yasyaiva padam bhujabhaktilabhyam premabhidana parama pumartham tasmai jaganmangalam mangalaya Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Uttamadama kichuna bachila jachiye dile kakola Kahe premananda yemona gauranga antaradhariya bola Bhaja gauranga kaha gauranga lara gaurangera namare Jai jana gauranga bhaje seyo hamara pranare Ananda lila maya vigrahaya Hemabhidivya chavisundaraya Tasmai mahaprema rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Chaitanya Chandraya namo namaste Anarpita charinchira karunayavatirna kalau Samarpaitum unnatojjvala rasam svabhakti shriyam harim Purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita Sada hridaya kandare spuratau va sachinandanaha Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadhato Sankirtanaikapitaro Kamalayatakshav Vishwambharau Dvijavarau Yugadharmapal Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro. They're really Karunavatara. So much of Karuna without Gaura and without Nitai giving us Gaura. There is no reach for Shri Radha and Krishna. They are truly Karnavatara. So today what we will discuss, the who is Krishna Chaitanya? Who says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself? Is there any Shruti Pramana? What are the Vedic references? That we will know today. And the second thing is, who are Panchatattva? The Tattva Jnana of this Panchatattva. We will know that. An overview of Chaitanya Charitamrita with the flow. So these three things we'll try to do today. So far we have discussed about the prayers of Gauranga, describing his mercy and describing his transcendental form that we have discussed in the last session in detail. Yeah, and how their mercy knows no limits. And Gauranga, how he gives Kahe Premananda Emona Gauranga Antaradhariya Bhuna. How just keeping Gauranga in the heart. Just by doing that, one will get Krishna Prema. And that's why this poet, Premananda, he's singing, just Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga. You just take the name of Gauranga. You will get Krishna Prema. There is so much depth in these words. What does it mean by taking Gauranga in the heart? How does that lead to Krishna Prema? We will get to all these things as the discussion goes. We'll try to do this systematically. So we'll cover these three topics. Okay. Who says Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself? If you want to take turns and read this, please. You may skip this Sanskrit if you want to, and just say Atharva Veda and then whatever is said here. You may please take turns to do this. So these are the Vedic evidences. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
In the Atharva Veda, Purusa Bodhini Upanishad, it is said, in the seventh Manvantara, in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will, accompanied by his own associates, descend in a golden form to the earth. He will teach the chanting of his own names. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. That is Veda, Atharva Veda. In the Vedas, there are many Upanishads, right? So in Atharva Veda, in the Purusha Bodhini Upanishad, this is the reference saying that Krishna Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself. See, 7th Manvantara. We are in 7th Manvantara and the 28th Divya Yuga, right? And next one, please, somebody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
In the Atharva Veda, the Supreme Person says, I will descend on the earth after the passage of 4,000 years in the Kali Yuga, Kalau Chatuha Sahasrabdho Pari. And before the passage of 5,000 years, Panch Sahasra Abhyantare, I will come on the earth on the bank of the Ganges. Tirasthaha Alaknandayaha. I will be a tall and saintly Brahmin devotee. I will have all the auspicious symptoms of an exalted person. Dirghan Gaha Sarva Lakshana Yuktaha. I will exhibit renunciation. I will have all auspicious signs. I will be a devotee practicing Bhakti Yoga. I will taste the rasa of my own devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. So that's also from Atharva Veda. Next, Samaveda.
In the Samaveda, the Supreme Lord says, I shall come to the earth accompanied by my associates in a place by the bank of the Ganges. I will advent to save the people who are afflicted and devoured by the sins of the age of Kali. I will manifest as an Avadhut Brahman Sannyasi. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, that is Samaveda. Thank you. And next one, Chandogya Upanishad, about the advent of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining. Yes, somebody can read this, please.
Hare Krishna. What is the name of the place where the Supreme Lord appears? The Chandogya Upanishad describes the place of advent of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. In the Sabadvipa, the Mahatmya text by Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vinoda Thakur said,
The spiritual city in the shape of a lotus has the abode of Sri Mayapur as its heart. Sridham. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Mayapur is the divine abode of Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the middle of Mayapur is the place called Antardeep.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And the next one, Chaitanya Upanishad.
Can I read,
Yes.
Mataji?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
In Chaitanya Upanishad, Chaitanya Upanishad, text 5, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the Supreme Enjoyer, whose form is transcendental, who is beyond the touch of the three modes of material nature, and who is all pervading super soul residing in the hearts of all living entities, will appear again in the Kali Yuga. Appearing as the greatest devotee, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will assume a two-armed form of golden complexion in his abode of Goloka, Vrindavana, manifested on the bank of the Ganga at Navadvipa. He will disseminate pure devotional service in the world. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you. So those are only few references. And this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Somebody can read, please. Who is Krishna Chaitanya?
Who is Krishna Chaitanya? In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the holy name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. That's Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, saying Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedasaha. So this is the evidence. These are few evidences that we are discussing here, endorsing Gauranga Mahaprabhu as the Lord himself. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, and the rest of all these things are from Vedas, Upanishads. Okay, so those are the evidences. And now let's see. Oh yeah, there are more. There are more. I think you will really like seeing all these evidences. I'll let you go ahead, please read that. So far Vedas, Upanishads, and now what is Garuda Purana saying?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
So in the first part of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Lord in the golden complexion will become the husband of Lakshmi. Then he will become a sannyasi and reside near Lord Jagannatha.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hari. That's from Garuda Purana. So many references, right? If somebody is asking us, you Gaudiya Vaishnavas, you are ISKCON devotees. This is wonderful. Okay, you are following a saint. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is well known throughout India as a great saint, even by the impersonalists also, no doubt about it. But not everybody would understand or agree that he is Lord Krishna himself. And that's why these are all the references that we are bringing up for our deepening of our faith and also to share with others. That's from Garuda Purana. And let's see this one. This is also. Yes, please. Yeah, Garuda Purana.
The Supreme Lord says, in the first part of Kali Yuga, I will appear in my complete spiritual form in Mayapur, Navadvipa, and become the son of Sachi.
Mata. Yeah, see how very clearly he is predicted to come. This is from Garuda Purana. And the next one, please, somebody can go ahead, say this.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will read. O Brahmana, I will deliver all the words, concealing myself in the form of a devotee of the Lord in Kali Yuga. O demigods, please advent on the earth as devotees in Kali Yuga To inaugurate Sankirtana, I will incarnate as the son of Sati.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. See how beautiful is this? Remember, can you before the advent of Lord Krishna also, Srimad Bhagavatam described these things happening. When Lord Krishna was in the womb of Mother Devaki, the demigods come down. They offer their prayers like that. So same here too. When Lord Krishna is coming down as Krishna Chaitanya, then all the demigods are also ordered. They have been, whoever has been waiting for a very long time to assist and serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his mission to give the love of Godhead, all those were informed that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will be appearing as a devotee on the earth. So they can come down and be a part of that Sankirtana Yajna too. And that's why in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura songs, in the Gaura Arati, also describes this. How Shankha Baje, Gantha Baje, how Gauranga and Panchatattva are there, and how all the demigods are worshipping them. So yes, this is one of the reference. And next one, please.
On the full moon day of the month of Palguna, conjoined with the star Palguni, I will appear in the golden form begotten by Purandara in the womb of Sachi.
Yeah. So mother's name is Sachi Mata, and father is Purandara. And next one, please.
O austere sage, everyone will see my transcendental form as a sannyasi in the age of Kali. I will be displaying symptoms like shedding tears of bliss and hair standing on end out of ecstasy.
Yes, Hari. Yeah, and yes, please, somebody else. This is the next reference.
Supreme Lord. Go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you. The Supreme Lord who assumed the form of half man, half lion in the Satyuga to cure a dreadful disease that had devastated the Daityas, and who appeared as Rama conquered the 10-headed Ravana in the Treta Yuga, and who removed the burden of the earth in the Dwapar Yuga and protected the cowherd men of Rajapura, will be the Lord by name Chaitanya in the Kali Yuga. He will have a golden complexion form, and he will take pleasure in chanting the Lord's holy name. Hare Krishna.
Hari. It gives so much pleasure to the heart. All these Vedas and the scriptures, they are asserting and they are foretelling how the Lord is going to advent, what his mission is, and how the demigods are going to come and assist him. Yeah. And yes, please. And the next one. Yeah.
The following statement is made by the Lord. In the age of Kali, I will be golden color. I will be tall and will have a shaven head. The place where I take birth will be a meeting point of 3 rivers. I will be very merciful and I will keenly engage in chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna.
Hari, that's from Matsya Purana. The Lord, just see this, the Lord is saying, this is how I'm going to come down. And this is how I'm going to rescue the people in Kali Yuga. And this is how I'm going to be very merciful. And this is how I'm going to revive their innate love for me by engaging in chanting the holy names. This is a very kind, merciful agenda of the Lord to come rescue us. Hearing these words again and again from the scriptures by the Lord, He's speaking this again and again in the scriptures. Through the scriptures, he's telling us I am coming for you. Yes, I am coming for you. I will be there for you. I will show you how to do it. I'll get you all back here, back home. Yes, please. Next one.
Hare Krishna. In the seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj directly hints at the hidden nature of the Supreme Lord's appearance. Because the Supreme Lord is also called Three Yoga, or one who appears in only three yugas, Satya, Dwapara, Treta, he is sometimes said to appear in the concealed form in the age of Kali. Hare Krishna.
Hari's concealed form is Channa Avatara, means an avatar of the Lord that is not very obviously known as Lord himself, a concealed form. Because his mission here, the Lord's mission here, is not to show his prowess as Lord here in Kali Yuga. His mission is to rescue us by practicing bhakti himself and then teaching bhakti. Who would do that? A devotee would do that. Lord would not do that. So, if the Lord is coming down as devotee for our sake, and that is why he is hidden as a devotee, not known as a Lord. And that's why the whole of India knows Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a great devotee, but not as Lord himself, because he's hiding himself under the garb of the devotee. He's not showing himself as the Lord in his pastimes. Of course, he does here and there, but his main mission is to live a life of a devotee, show how to live a life of a devotee, and make others devotee. That's why he's Channavatar. Yeah. So these are all the words of the Lord from the scriptures, from the Upanishads, from the Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam endorsing. Yeah, that is Gauranga. That's Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna coming in the form of Krishna Chaitanya. Just hearing the words of the Lord, I am going to come down and I will be rescuing this, and this is what my plan is for you. He is really watching out for us. He has a big plan for us. And we are very happily a part of that plan. Very good. That's about the scriptures endorsing Krishna Chaitanya as the Lord himself. And now, coming to the second topic. Who is this Panchatattva? This is even more relishing. So far we have heard the Lord saying that I would advent and I will do this for Kali Yuga Jivas. I'll teach them, I'll rescue them, I'll bring them back. Yes, this is all wonderful. He said that. He said all that. Shastra also endorsed that. But he did not come himself. He expanded in 5 forms. And that expansions, they are Panchatattva. So, it's like this. The Lord, when Lord Krishna, after he gave us Bhagavad Gita and taught us Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, he said, okay, all of you do Sarvadharman Parityajya and just Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, just take Sharana of me. And then you don't have to worry about anything. I'll take care of you. That's what he said at the end of the Gita. And he left this world. He disappeared. He went back to the spiritual realm and thinking, okay, I told these Kali Yuga Jivas, I instructed them to take Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, to take Sharana of me. But this Kali Yuga is full of faults. Such bombardments of modes are there. How would they know how to take Sharana? How would they know what Sharanagati means, and how would they know how to take Sharanagati? I think just instructing will not help them much. I really want to go help them. I actually want to do what I said. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. I will exactly show that. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. I will become a devotee and I'll show them what it means to take the Sharanagati of Bhagavan. And so when he thinks like that, then he comes down as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Krishna comes down as Krishna Chaitanya. And what kind of, when he's saying that I will Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, I will teach them what Sharanagati means. So how is he teaching what that Sharanagati Bhakti means? We have sung in the very beginning, right? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura song. Here it says, that is Sarvadharman Parityaja. And yeah, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedayo Kori Swaparshada Sviya Dhama Sahavatari Atyanta Dullabha Prema Kuribare Dana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana. So he has come down to Shikaya Sharanagati to teach us what Sharanagati Bhakti means. So his plan is to, his loving mission is to teach us Sharanagati Bhakti by practicing that himself. And then I posted in the WhatsApp group, right? These are the reasons why he came down. The external reasons of the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we are discussing now. To teach us Sharanagati Bhakti. First of all, Achar, I will practice Sharanagati Bhakti and then I will teach. This is an important sequence. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, first comes Achar, practice it, and then Prachar, teach it. So they have to go parallelly. First comes Achar and then Prachar. So that's one reason. To show how to do Sharanagati Bhakti. Okay. How is that being the prachar happening? Yes, you are practicing Sharanagati Bhakti, fine. And how is the prachar happening? Here again, Yuga Dharma, Pravartaimu Nama Samkirtana, Chari Bhava Bhakti Diya, Nachamo Bhuvana. Through this Harinama, by practicing Sharanagati Bhakti, Achar, and the prachar is through Nama Samkirtana. So the same Sharanagati Bhakti will be the substance. Whatever Sharanagati Bhakti is being practiced within will be the substance to give out through Nama Samkirtana. And what will happen through Nama Samkirtana? Gaura Nama Samkirtana. He wants to make the whole world dance in Bhava Bhakti. What kind of bhavas? Three bhavas. The three rasas are there, right? Shanta, Dasya. Shanta is discarded. It's just neutral. There's not a lot of reciprocation there. So Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So out of relishing these mellows, everybody is induced with Bhava Bhakti and they will dance. This is the sweet agenda of Gauranga. This is why he came down for us. To practice Sharanagati Bhakti himself and to teach it to us so we can practice it too. That is Achar, and Prachar is through Harinam. Harinam is not just words Harinam. The Sharanagati Bhakti that is being practiced will be the substance that is transferred in the Harinam of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And in this way, he is reviving the Chari Bhava, the four rasas that any jiva would have with Bhagavan. And especially the Madhurya Bhava, which was not given by others in the past. Unnata Ujjvala Rasa, which was not given by in the past. So these are being distributed through the Harinama. And this induces bhava bhakti in all the living entities, and they dance. This is what happened in Jharkhand Leela also. The tigers danced, the lions danced, the deers danced, and they embraced. So this Krishna Prema, the Sharanagata Bhakti that Gauranga Mahaprabhu is giving, coming out as Krishna Prema, is not experienced only by the human beings, but also by the animals. So that is the reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna comes down as Krishna Chaitanya. That's the external reason. For our sake, when the Lord does something, he accomplishes many things at a time. And then what is the internal reason? Okay, this is to rescue us. Very wonderful. This is magnanimous. Audarya. To rescue us. Audarya is being magnanimous, merciful. That is Audarya. What is his own reason? That's the next reason. Says the internal cause. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 1.6. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho. 3 reasons. Those 3 reasons. Antaranga, Karanam. 3 internal reasons of why Krishna came down as Krishna Chaitanya. First is Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho. Kidrishova, that's one. And Anyaiva Swadhyo Yenat Bhuta Madhurima Kidrishova, second one. Madhya Saukyam Chasya Mat Anubhavata Kidrisham Veti Lobhat. Tad Bhavadhyaya Samajani Sachi Garbha Sindhav Harindhu. So Hari took birth in the womb of Mother Sachi for 3 internal reasons. One is, see, in the spiritual world, Krishna is Sachidananda Vigraha. So he's so blissful, happy. But he noticed that Radharani is even more blissful than him. And he wondered, what is it that Srimati Radharani, what is the kind of specific rasa that she's relishing when she is serving me? And second reason, that is, that particular rasa is Madanakya Mahabhava, that we will discuss in detail as we go on. But that's the first reason. He wanted to know, Srimati Radharani, she is so much more happy in her service to me. And what is the rasa that she is tasting was first reason. Second thing is, what is that sweetness that is there in me that she is tasting? That sweetness in me that I want to experience. Second reason. Third one is, how much of happiness, what kind of happiness is she getting when she's relishing that sweetness in me? Third reason. So to understand, to not only to understand, to experience this, Krishna cannot be Krishna anymore. Krishna is Priti Vishaya. He is the abode of love. Priti Vishaya, yes. And Radharani is Priti Ashraya. Priti Vishaya is the object of love. Sorry, Vishaya is object. So Krishna is the object of love. And as Krishna, he will not be able to understand these 3 things, experience these 3 things that Radharani is experiencing. These 3 things can be experienced only by Priti Ashraya, abode of love. Here the abode of love is Srimati Radharani. So Krishna Prema is with Srimati Radharani, not with Krishna. So he wants to experience that Krishna Prema that Srimati Radharani has, the abode of love, Priti Ashraya has. So Priti Vishaya wants to experience what Priti Ashraya is experiencing. If he continues to be Krishna, he will not experience that. He has to get into Srimati Radharani's heart and then experience what she's experiencing. So when Krishna, it says that he steals, he cannot borrow, he cannot ask. Even if he asks what that relishment is, Radharani would not give. Even if he asks to please let him borrow a little bit, Radharani would not give. She is the embodiment of service. Why would she give the service? So she would not give. That's why Krishna has decided to steal that from the heart of Radharani. These three things of what a servant would experience when the servant is serving the Lord, beloved Lord. So Lord cannot experience this bliss of service. Only the servant can experience the bliss of service. So he has to become a servant. Topmost servant, Srimati Radharani. So in order to become that servant, in order to experience these three things, he has to become a servant. So that's when Krishna is becoming Krishna Chaitanya. When the Lord is becoming the servant to relish the mellows of the joy of servitude. The mellows of servitude, different rasas of bhakti. When Bhagavan wants to enjoy those different rasas of bhakti, he becomes a bhakta. That bhakta is Krishna Chaitanya. So those are the three internal reasons. He wanted to enjoy that different mellows of bhakti rasa, those three reasons. That's why the Lord appeared as Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna came down as Krishna Chaitanya. When the very same Lord, Krishna, expands himself to assist himself, then that's Lord Nityananda. Actually, not an expansion. Here, expansion is Advaitacharya. Balarama is Bhaktavataram, Bhakta Rupakam. Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Bhakta Rupa. Nityananda Ram is Bhakta Swarupakam. So the Lord's own Swarupa, when the Lord wants to assist himself in his pastimes, his Swarupa is Balaram. That is Nityananda Ram. And that's why he's called Godhead of Service, Nityananda Ram, Balaram. So that's Nityananda Ram. When the Lord wants to assist, serve himself, then that Swarupa of the Lord is Nityananda Ram. When the Lord expands himself to call out for his appearance on the earth, it's because of the calling out of Advaitacharya. Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared on the planet. So when the Lord expands himself to invite himself to appear on the world, that's Advaitacharya. And the internal potency of the Lord, Srimati Radharani, came down as Gadadhar Pandita. And the pure devotee is represented here as Srinivasacharya, Srivas Thakur. So this is Panchatattva, the same Lord in 5 different truths. Here, Bhakta Rupam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 7.6, explaining the Panchatattva. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Here, Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. The Panchatattva of Krishna here is the 5 tattvas, philosophical understandings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is, one is Bhakta Rupam, that's Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and Bhakta Swarupakam, that's Nityananda Ram, Bhaktavataram, that's Advaita Acharya. He's considered as Mahavishnu, from whom all the material worlds come. Nityananda Ram is Balaram himself. So these 3 personalities are Vishnu Tattvas. You see that? This is Krishna himself, this is Balaram, and this is Mahavishnu. These are Vishnu Tattvas. And the next one is Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. Bhakti Shaktikam is the internal potency, Gadadhar Pandita, Srimati Radharani. This is Shakti Tattva. And Bhaktakyam, the Shuddha Bhakta, Bhakta himself, that is Srivas Thakur. So Srivas Thakur is Jiva Tattva. Gadadhar Pandita is Shakti Tattva, Srimati Radharani. And these 3 personalities are Vishnu Tattva. These are all eternal tattvas. In Bhagavad Gita also, there are 5 eternal truths that are mentioned. Bhagavan, Ishvara, then Jiva, then Maya or Prakriti, right? So Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. These are the 5 truths that are explained in Bhagavad Gita. Here it's the same thing. This is Ishvara Tattva in these 3 forms. And here is Shakti Tattva, same internal energy. And the same Shakti, when in the material world, will be Maya Shakti. Nevertheless, this is Shakti of the Lord. And the third one is Jiva Shakti, that is represented here as Srivas Thakur. It is said that Narada Muni came down as Srivas Thakur. So now we know who is who. Gauranga is Krishna himself, Nityananda is Lord Balaram, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu, Gadadhar Pandita is Srimati Radharani, and sometimes it is said as Srimati Radharani and Lalita Sakhi combined, but definitely Srimati Radharani, Shakti Tattva, and Srivas Thakur is Narada Muni. So Bhagavat Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, all these 3, Chaitanya, Nityananda, and Advaita Acharya. Shakti Tattva is Gadadhar Pandit, Jiva Tattva is Narada Muni. So this is Pancha Tattva. When the Lord descends down, he is dividing, expanding, accompanying himself in his mission of Harinam to rescue us back home, back to Godhead. So Pancha Tattva, the importance of this Tattva Jnana, when we know who we are worshipping, we are calling out. When we know them in Tattva, in other words, the philosophical understanding, then the emotion that generates from Tattva Jnana is the rasa. That's the spiritual rasa. The emotion that just generates without Tattva Jnana is a superficial one, may not last longer, and cannot penetrate deep, and cannot transform the heart. So all the general public who might be moved with emotions in a devotional movie, they are emotions too, but they're temporary emotions because they don't have a deeper understanding. This deeper philosophical understanding is Tattva. So when we are doing our bhakti, when we are looking at the deities, when we are worshipping, offering the seva to the deities, when we are doing it on the foundation of Tattva, Then the spiritual emotions will be, those spiritual emotions are rasas. And how do we know that they are transcendental mellows and have substance? They will stay steady and they will transform us. That's how we know those are spiritual mellows, bhakti rasas that are born of tattva jnana. So we will pause here. We'll pause here. I think we have some more to go. We will do it next time, but we'll pause here. So far we have discussed about the scriptural references showing how Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself, that we have read. And then next, who is Panchatattva? We have known Panchatattva, the philosophical understanding, Tattva Vichar of who is who. So there is philosophical understanding, and we also know who the personalities are and how it is important to have this Tattva Jnana, Tattva Vichar, philosophical understanding. So steady spiritual mellows can be generated, which can cause transformation within us, and the same mellows can cause bonding with these spiritual personalities. So we'll pause here and we'll continue this later. Yeah, the overview of Chaitanya Charitamrita, that I think we will do later. As just a continuation, since we have already discussed, we have discussed about Panchatattva in detail. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's Nityananda Ram, and Gadadhar Pandita, Srivas Thakura, Advaitacharya. This is what we were discussing, right? The reason. Yeah, we also discussed that too. The external reason for the advent of Gaurahari and the internal reasons, 3 internal reasons. So that's what we have discussed today. First are the scriptural reasons, second are the reasons, and the third one is about Panchatattva. This is the Jharkhand Leela. That's Gaurachandra. Okay, I'm going to pause here. Any reflections and questions from you for some Paraspara? Thank you all so much for your sincere Sangha.
Hare Krishna, Mata.